Hi everyone, and welcome to our webinar today on forgiveness inside the mother load. If we've never met, I am Kayla Huzar, registered social worker with a certificate in perinatal mental health. I'm also certified in expressive arts therapy, and I have over 15 years of supporting children and families, specifically mothers, through my nonprofit employment and my private practice. I'm a 2 times boy mom and survivor of perinatal mood and anxiety disorder, which still creeps up from time to time. And I'm here because I want to support your maternal mental health. I really want to help you find your chill in motherhood and support you in accepting and moving through worries, fears, and stressors as they evolve, as you evolve and your children evolve with it, and normalizing the highs and lows of motherhood. I just want to take a moment for you to sit in silence and allow yourself to arrive. Whatever it took for you to sit down with me today, whatever your morning, your afternoon, or your evening looked like, just feel your body arrive. In my house, we call this bringing it in. Bring it in when everybody is getting a little out of hand. So we're here today to process the idea of forgiveness and hopefully actually allow you some forgiveness in your life today. So what we're going to focus on today is this Hawaiian theory of making things right, bringing them back to balance. And it's really important that we recognize our role in our relationships, in our lives, the control we have and the control we don't have. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because often we play a part in all of it. Right? We think things can just happen to us. The world is against us. Mercury is always in retrograde. And I just want you to think about this quote for a moment. Holding on to resentment is like drinking the poison and expecting the other person to die. Now, this might feel bold, but I work with women every day who hold on to things that they didn't even realize they were holding on to. In my own life, I didn't realize how much I was holding until I didn't have to hold it anymore, until someone told me I could put it down. Whether it was a narrative, a story, a hurt, a way I was conditioned, an unlearning I needed to do, I was allowed to put it down. And so I want to start with what forgiveness isn't, okay? Forgiveness is absolutely not justifying or condoning hurtful behavior or actions. It is not toxic positivity, and it is not a masking of emotions, as in we are actually going to process something, a hurt today. Forgiveness is actually ridding yourself of the emotional baggage that you carry that affects you and the people you love, even if it's unconscious or unintentional. Forgiveness is truly letting go. It is the cleansing and processing of emotions to create healing, joy, and love. And so to start today, I actually want to really give you time to practice this. So we're going to use these journal questions to really think about the automatic thoughts that you have about forgiveness. What do you think about forgiveness? How does it show up in your life? What are the feelings you have about forgiveness? So I want you to pause the video now and get your journal out and work through these journal questions. And when you're done, you can move on to the next step. Okay, now that your journaling is done, we're going to move into a guided visualization. All right. Close your eyes if you can. And if you can't, gaze at something soft and tender, colorful. If at any point during the visualization you find yourself distracted or in your mind, just try to bring yourself back to your breath and your body. No judgment, no criticism. And we're just going to start with feeling into the bottoms of our feet. Taking a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And as you feel into your feet, I want you to imagine that you're a planted tree. Your feet are just that part of the tree that connects to the ground. You're a tree that's standing tall. I want you to imagine what kind of tree you are. What are your surroundings? Where are you planted? Breathing in and breathing out. Creating an internal sense of joy wherever you're planted, whatever your surroundings are. If it's windy, feel the wind in your branches or your leaves. See if you can feel your roots growing and reaching for nourishment and water. Just feeling the weather that's around you, whether it's sunny or cloudy or rainy. And then for your next several breaths, I want you to hold forgiveness in your mind's eye. Maybe along with imagining the forgiveness, you also imagine some of the hurt. That's okay. We're just going to sit for a moment in this feeling of forgiveness, even if it's uncomfortable, especially if it's uncomfortable. And if that forgiveness had a color or a shape, imagine it now. What does it feel like in your body to feel this forgiveness? Does it feel like in your body to feel lighter? Maybe along with the forgiveness, it means hard conversations, or maybe it doesn't, right? Forgiveness is about us, not about them. It's about us feeling free from the thoughts or the hurt or the physical sensations of it. So just feel into that forgiveness, its color and shape, and let it fill you up from head to toe. And see if you can push that color outside of your body, kind of into your aura, as you will. And I'd like you to come back to the room that you're in now. Just reacquaint yourself with your surroundings. And I want you to take a moment to either journal or create an art journal page about this experience today, about your forgiveness. Or maybe it's about your hesitation to forgive, resistance to forgive. But just an image about forgiveness. I want you to stay within that art process for as long as you can. And I'm recording this a different way today, so I'm hoping that I can insert my process right here for you to watch me. And then after you're done the art, I'd like you to move on to the journal questions. So you've done your own creative writing or art journaling, and now I'd like you to journal about that experience. So in the first and the last question there, when it actually says the word art piece, I want you to just insert whatever you need to there. If you did creative writing or wrote a poem or just did more journaling about forgiveness itself. But these questions are really about noticing the feelings and noticing the body connection with our feelings and sitting in this way. And then your homework is to make a list. Make a list of everything that you've been holding on to in your life. Nothing is too insignificant or too complex. Now, my heart goes out to you if you have experienced some real unforgivable things. And all I can say is that sucks. And you are capable of healing. And I understand that there are some real monsterish douchebag people out there who hurt people. And that's about them, not about you. And when they've hurt you in these ways, holding on to it, again, only hurts you. It doesn't hurt them. So while it sucks and I don't want horrible things to happen to anybody, I truly hope that you can find healing through some of this experience and a support person to help you through if it's traumatic or hard. Okay? Now, you might have to do this process again and again, depending on the level of hurt. Real life moment interruption there. You might have to do this process over and over again, depending on the level of hurt. And before you go to bed tonight, I want you to set aside 30 minutes and visualize each of the things that you wrote on that list. Bring each one into your mind. Allow it to be there. Allow it to create feelings in your body, possibly uncomfortableness, stress, activation. Allow it to be there. Okay? And then practice allowing it to go. And when you practice regulating in this way, when you're not actually under threat or in the situation with the person who hurt you or at your job or in front of your kids, when you practice activating yourself in this way and then regulating, it actually creates the brain map in order for you to do it in real time, in the real moment. And then say to yourself, I forgive you. I love you, and thank you. This is the mantra that's used in that Hawaiian theme, okay? Check in with your list again in a few days and do it again for anything that you're still holding on to. Now, why is this important? Why is this work so important? I know that we've gone through all of this. You've been here with me. You've done your process. Why is it important? Because reliving past hurts takes up mental energy. Mental energy that you don't have time to spare as a mom. Okay? You don't have time or energy to just give out constantly to this inner dialogue, this inner resentment. And those resentments will continue to have a slow, never-ending burn. And when we allow that low, constant hum of stress, we know, based on research, that it will turn into unexplained ailments like headaches, inability to sleep, possibly even larger than that, like stomach disruption or chronic illnesses. And honestly, avoidance never solved anything. And living this kind of life is relentless. And I don't want that for you. I want you to feel lighter, like you've unpacked and truly let go some of that baggage, to manifest some chill in your life that's actually sustainable, to create and live your ideal life, leading with your roadmap to wellness, optimism, and guilt-free living that honors what you need. I have helped hundreds of women do this and have it be sustainable in their lives. And so I invite you into my Motherload membership, where we work on finding and keeping our chill, living a life of guilt-free without burnout and without rage in order to create more joy. So because you've watched this, you get a special bonus. You are going to get your first 3 months of the Motherload membership for free. And this offer is only going to be active for the next 5 days. Okay? And I want to close with a poem. Mary Oliver, you do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about despair, yours, and I'll tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. The sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairies and the deep trees and the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are headed home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over announcing your place in the family of things. Mary Oliver. Next time I see you, it'll be inside the Motherload membership. Thanks for joining us today.